Joe Tamargo from WetheadPumpRepair.com. I'm here with my boy Jetta. What is up? Good looking. All right, the first thing you want to do?
Subscribe.
That's right. That's right. Hit the subscribe button right below, and that will let YouTube send you the latest
and the greatest
videos once a week directly to your inbox, a little email. Like that way you can keep up to date. All right, so today we got a lot of people asking us questions. Why is my pool pump leaking air, or why are there air bubbles inside of my pool? You know what I mean? That is a cool feature when you see those little air bubbles blowing out. But when that's not good, it's not good for the pump, because when you have air in your pump, that is actually called pump cavitation.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and what that means is the pump is sucking in air, and it's not sucking in water.
Right.
All right. So now, what you have to do, okay, is you have to check 3 different places for the air where it can be coming from, okay? 3 different places air is going to get sucked into your pump. It can either get sucked in from your fitting here, okay, your main fitting, that's called the suction fitting. It can get sucked in from the top lid. There's a gasket in here, which I'm going to show you in a minute, or one of the drain plugs that you could see that are mounted not on this pump. Okay, well this pump doesn't have, oh there it is, right on the bottom there. I was like, wait, this pump doesn't have a drain plug. You know what I mean? Because like this is a jacuzzi, they're all in different places. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's live. It's not edited either, right? There's a drain plug down here. See, this one is tricky. So there you go. Just like me, you could be like, well, just like me, you could be like, oh, you know what, Joseph, you know what? I was looking at my pump and there was no drain plug. But you're like, oh, wait, you know, there is one. Yep, there you go. So there was. There's a drain plug. All right, so let's talk about where this air can come from. Now, what happened, it's just like in the old days when you're at a diner or something like that, you know, and you're drinking through a straw and you're messing around, you flick your buddy's straw and you break a hole in it. What happens when you go to drink that straw? You suck air because you have a hole in the straw. And the same thing with a pump, right? So what happens is, if this gasket here is leaking, right inside of here, you see this gasket? When this gasket becomes dry and brittle, right, it can leak air right through the lid, and then it will suck air into the pump. When the pump sucks in air, it will take in air and push that to your pool. So that is spot number 1. Your top cover gasket. Now, where can you get that? At WetheadPumpRepair.com or PumpRepairSupply.com. We have the gaskets in stock for you. Okay, the second thing is your front fitting. Now, you may have a fitting that's hard piped into your pool. This is set up for an above ground, so you want to make sure you take off your fitting and make sure the tape is really good. Now, you can see this fitting doesn't have a lot of tape, so what you want to do is get yourself some new Teflon tape and wrap some new Teflon tape around this fitting and spin it back in real good and make sure it's nice and snug to make sure you don't get any air in there, because that's your suction fitting. Okay, so place number 1 is the top of your pump. Okay, you can suck in air with having a bad gasket. Place number 2 is you can suck in air from the suction fitting. Now, the third place, and you probably guessed it by now because of the little flub we had in the beginning part of the video, is, right? That's right, the drain plug. A lot of times you don't see these drain plugs, just like I did, right even here in the set, and it's there, and what happens is that drain plug, right, it has a little ring or an O-ring on it, okay? And when that O-ring goes bad, it's going to suck in air. Now, I'm going to attempt to remove this drain plug here on video. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not even sure if I have the right pair of pliers here. Because a lot of times when you remove these drain plugs, sometimes they're a little hard to remove. Maybe I'll get lucky here on video and take this drain plug out. Maybe I won't. Oh wait, there I am. I'm getting lucky. All right, let me. Yeah, there you go. All right, so here we go. To remove this drain plug here, just like this. Now, these drain plugs sometimes are hard to remove, like I said, because nobody ever knows they're down here, and they usually they're tight and they're hard to remove. So you just want to keep working at it, just like that. And once you get it all out, you'll see that sometimes they have Teflon tape on them. You know what I mean? Sometimes they have sometimes they have they have an O-ring on them, and that O-ring goes bad. So, all right, I almost got my drain plug out here, just like that. All right, now you see this O-ring here on the drain plugs, the little tiny O-ring that's in there, and that O-ring looks like it's bad, so we might want to change that O-ring. So, all right, let's go over overview one more time. The first place, make sure you check and inspect the top cover of your pump. That is the top cover pump gasket, strainer gasket. That is place A, can be leaking. Number 2, check your suction fitting. That is place number 2, where it could be leaking air. And place number 3 is the drain plug. Make sure you look at all the bottom of your pump and check that place as well. All right, this is Joe Tamargo from WetheadPumpRepair.com. Make sure you check out all the parts at WetheadPumpRepair.com. All parts are available. Thanks for watching. Check it out. Here's my boy Jetta. Make sure you subscribe. Take it easy. Peace.